All right, welcome back, everyone. Kansas wins tonight by the score of 73-59. Frank and I have been sitting here telling you what we thought about this game tonight. Let's go live now to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and bring in our man, Lance Veeser, who was courtside. Lance, how you doing?
Doing good, Jack. Watched a very interesting game there. You know, it's about 2 minutes into this game. I turned to the guy next to me and said, Kansas is going to roll this team. They were getting the ball in the post just so easily to the Morris twins, and they both had big games, 24-12 for Markieff, 17-12 for Marcus. They outscored Illinois 40-20 in the paint, and it was coming so easy offensively. I really thought they'd be able to run away with this thing, but somehow, some way, and the stats really don't tell you how, Illinois was able to hang in this ball game. And after this one, the Kansas players told me, really just wish they would have been able to step on Illinois' throat a little earlier in the game.
Feels great. I mean, that was our goal coming in here, win a two-game tournament, and you know, beat a tough Boston team, and then Illinois just never quit, and got a big win.
Excitement, a little bit of relief too. You know, now the pressure's off us. You know, we can go play now.
We let a lot of people down last year, and like Barack said, he don't want it to happen twice. So just gonna bring the intensity and have a different mindset. We won't think about Houston until we're there.
And I found it very interesting. You notice a lot of these guys say relief after this game. You saw against Boston, they were very uptight. They were playing not to lose here this weekend. Today was a little bit better. I don't know if you guys saw early in the first half, Marcus Morris tried to go off the backboard to Markieff. I was sitting right behind the bench after that next time out. Bill Self goes, did you really just try and throw it off the backboard? Marcus kind of shrugged it off and mumbled something back to him. But late in this game, in the clutch, you saw what Kansas can do when they're playing free and easy. A lot of alley-oops at around that 4-minute mark when they really put Illinois away. So I think the Kansas Jayhawks really just wanted to make sure they didn't get knocked out here in this first weekend. And so next weekend in San Antonio, we may see more of what we saw here the last 6 minutes of this game. Guys?
Lance, I'd be very interested to know, and I heard Elijah Johnson say the whole thing. It was 1 year ago today. They lost to Northern Iowa in the NCAA Tournament. Very disappointed. I think that has really helped move them along in this tournament and will be in the back of their mind the entire time. I think Bill Self is drilling that into these players.
Yeah, and that's part of what I mentioned. He might have drilled it in their heads too much. I really thought against Boston, that's all that they were determined to do, is not lose. You can't really play that way in this tournament. Now I think they finally got that good blend in their minds of, okay, we got to take everyone seriously, but at the same time still come out and play our game. I think you saw some of that. Tyshawn Taylor, the Morris twins, having some fun there, throwing the alley-oops. That's when Kansas is at their best, when they're out and running. We didn't see a lot of that early in this game. They kind of stalled into a half-court offense, but when they play free and easy, that's when this team is dangerous. And the way this bracket is kind of lining itself up with Richmond up next, you really got to feel like Kansas has a great draw coming up here in San Antonio. I asked some of the guys about that. They all kind of shrugged it off and said, well, Richmond had to beat some teams to get there, so we're going to take them very serious. So nobody in that locker room willing to say, yeah, we're going to kill Richmond, which is also a good sign for Jayhawk fans.
I know you got to get back into the locker room, so I guess we'll see you tomorrow in KC, and then it's on to San Antonio, where we all have some fond memories, huh?
Oh, yes, about to make another stand at the Alamo Dome. We'll see you guys in a bit.